Hey, we thought we'd just give you an early peek at some of the garden. Looks a little empty than it did last time. We harvested a lot of the lettuce that we were growing, but everything started getting a little too buggy, and so we took the last that we could salvage, and I got rid of them. And had a few carrots, and they didn't do too well. That was our first year doing carrots, so maybe we've done something wrong. They kind of got a little dwarfed on us, but tomatoes are doing good. We got a lot of little cherry tomatoes. Done pulled one for the wife. Some of the limbs I had or the little limbs I had, stems I had to cut off, especially on this one. These look terrible, like Charlie Brown Christmas trees, you know, even though they got tomatoes. The reason why I was doing that is because the leaves, they got early blight. What I'm talking about is that, I don't know if I can find anymore. Yeah, I think there's still a couple of leaves I forgot. You see how that is, the spottiness? That makes the leaves turn real yellow, and that stuff can spread. The only way to really deal with it is to cut the limbs off that has it. Fortunately, the ones I cut off, they weren't any of them that was attached to the tomatoes. They weren't limbs that were bearing. But the only problem though, that's going to start limiting my flowers. So I didn't know how all that's going to play out. So what I did today, I went and got me 2 backups. Usually when I grow these in a bucket where I can control the dirt and everything, the water a whole lot better, man, they turn into monsters. So we're going to get us some tomatoes, and so I'm having to start over here just in case. But my cucumbers been doing great. Even got one hanging there. Got another one up there. I didn't know. Got a whole bunch of flowers. Got a couple under there. I tell you, ain't nothing like fresh cucumbers. Oh, hey, you know that one's there. Got there, but they're young. It's been worked out great, you know, putting them on these little tomato stakes, getting them, directing them, getting them to grow on it. It's a lot easier to pick and it gets them off the ground too. I don't know what kind of bug you are, but looks like a couple of them are doing their natural thing, get them off the plant. Something's been eating the plants. Can't have that. Again, a lot of times I spray this stuff with pickle juice. It's a good natural bug repellent, and it helps to fertilize the leaves. I gotta get some. I haven't been doing it lately. Still takes maintenance. Still got to get in here and get all this grass done. Got to pull it out. You know, sometimes it kind of reminds me of something. It's like what's happening in this world right now. With everything going crazy, it's like God is doing some weeding too. We always hear about removing the tares from the wheat. If you know anything about wheat, get these little bad pieces that mixes in with the wheat. It's called tares. And sometimes it can really kind of mess up some wheat, mess up the quality. Just stuff that gets in there shouldn't be. And in these end days, the Lord said He's going to separate the wheat from the tares. A lot of times he does that with circumstances. I tell you, since all this craziness happened, you can't tell me this is normal. It's not. I think it's high time that all of us, we look in the mirror, take a good long look, and do a check on our spirituality with the Lord. It's time for us to look at our heart, look at our lives, just look at our relationship with the Lord. You know, we're not perfect. We can't go around just 24/7, you know. And some people I think can, but I tell you still, when no one sees, they're human too. Everybody's going to fall and slip. But what makes a difference when you knock the dirt off your pants and get up? You know, if Jesus came right now, if he wanted to take an audit of every one of our lives, he's going to do it one day when you stand before him. But if he wanted to check our thoughts, our words, even our social activities, would we be ashamed? I would. I know I'm not concentrating on things I should be. I get distracted just like everybody else. I've got certain desires, certain wants, things I want to accomplish. Try to do it while I still can. But you know what? This world's going to burn up. And it's already beginning to. This ain't the same world it was when we were born into. Things have changed. You know, Jesus, he tells us to come out of the world. And I think that's kind of more meaning, you know, let the world deal with their own drama, their troubles. A lot of it's troubles that they create themselves. And it's not going to get fixed. It's going to get worse. Some of these troubles will spill out into our personal lives. Until then we deal with it when it happens. That means even protecting your family or yourself. You know, there's nothing against that. But things are going to get worse. And before the Lord comes down the second time to reign on this earth, only then will there be peace. It's going to get worse. But a lot of stuff that's happening, it's getting us distracted. It's getting us to worry more about the happenings and the people that's doing it. And it's not allowing us to, or we're not allowing ourselves to keep our eyes on Jesus. And that's what he wants. The only way you're going to make it is get right with your Lord. Not trusting on the things you like doing, not trusting on this government. it's going to let you down. It's already let you down. It's let all of us down. And it's just the beginning. Don't trust in a single individual, but trust on the one that created you. In that, you can't go wrong. And you can take that to the bank. You know, we're running out of time. A lot of people said that over the years. I started getting into all this end time prophecy, watching the world events. Started doing that back in 2010. And I thought things were going to happen then, but they got postponed. I don't know no date or hour. But he said we're no the season. And by Georgie, this is the season. Everything is right. We get so distracted on what's happening here in America that we're not watching what's happening in other areas of the country. In other countries, they're having the same thing as we are. Same events, same turmoil. It's going to be the same consequence. So this is global. Kind of weird, ain't it? It's not normal. Something's up. And I got an idea. I know what it is. So some things are going to be happening real soon. From certain intel I've been receiving, some of my sources are probably from sources I shouldn't be saying anything, but I think they feel a conviction, and they just know someone's got to know. I do feel strongly before fall there's going to be a couple events that's going to happen. I have a strong feeling that in September there's going to be a big event. And in November we got the elections. But I got a strong feeling something big's going to be happening too. I'm not going to go in detail of what I feel. But one thing I will say, prepare. Prepare with food, you know, keep a little more than just a couple of weeks supply in your house. And let's just say, even if nothing happens, you've got it there. But at least about a month or two supply, minimum. Keep you some water. You gotta have water, folks. It's gonna be a lot of things that we don't understand. A lot of us had our lives planned out, but those plans are going to change. So, just keep your eyes open and open your hearts back up to God. Because some crazy times are ahead of us. And the only way we're going to get any peace through it is through Jesus. He's going to give you peace in your heart. He's going to help you to make decisions that you need to make. Some of these decisions you're going to have to make. You can't do it on your own. You're going to make the wrong decision. But my main message, and I'm going to close it on this. Bad things are coming. There's something real bad coming down the pike. but Jesus is coming too. Be ready. Either get right or you're going to get left. And this craziness that's happening now, and it's getting worse, it's going to get worse. And if people don't get right, you're going to be left behind in the middle of all this stuff. And when you get caught up in this stuff, nothing is yours. Your possessions are not yours, your body is not yours, and your life is not yours. They take what they want. You want to be here for that? I don't. Get right. Y'all have a blessed day. Joanne now says bye.